perfectly seaworthy, sails silently across the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean. Its sails are set, its cargo intact, and fresh food sits on the table. But there's a chilling silence. No crew is aboard, no sign of struggle, no distress call, just an eerie, inexplicable abandonment. For over 150 years, this chilling enigma has baffled historians, sailors, and adventurers alike. What happened to the crew of the Mary Celeste, the legendary ghost ship of the Atlantic? Was it mutiny, piracy, a terrifying natural phenomenon, or something far more sinister and unexplained? Join us on Adventure Hidden as we delve into one of maritime history's most enduring unsolved mysteries. Over the next hours, we will reconstruct the fateful voyage, examine the baffling scene discovered by her rescuers, explore every major theory from the plausible to the fantastical, and uncover why the Mary Celeste continues to haunt our imagination as the ultimate tale of a ship with no one at the helm. Prepare to set sail into the heart of an oceanic enigma. Chapter 1: The Discovery and the Uncanny Scene. Our story begins on a calm, bright morning, December 4th, 1872. The brigantine Dei Gratia, under the command of Captain David Morehouse, was sailing steadily across the vast Atlantic, en route from New York to Gibraltar. The sea was calm, the weather fair. Suddenly, a cry from the lookout broke the monotony. Another ship was spotted, behaving strangely. It was a brigantine, like the Dei Gratia, but its sails were set haphazardly, some flapping uselessly, others oddly furled. It was drifting aimlessly, not responding to signals. This was the Mary Celeste. Captain Morehouse, recognizing the ship as one that had left New York a week before him, felt an immediate sense of unease. He ordered his first mate, Oliver DeVoe, to take a small boarding party and investigate. What DeVoe and his men found aboard the Mary Celeste would become the stuff of legend, a scene of uncanny stillness and perplexing absence. The ship itself was largely intact. Its hull was sound, no signs of collision or major storm damage. Its cargo, 1701 barrels of denatured alcohol, was mostly undisturbed. But the most chilling discovery was the complete absence of its crew. All 10 souls, Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife Sarah, their 2-year-old daughter Sophia, and the 7 experienced crewmen, had vanished without a trace. As DeVoe's party cautiously explored the silent vessel, the details of the abandonment accumulated into a bewildering tableau. The last entry in the ship's logbook was dated November 25th, 9 days prior to its discovery, placing it nearly 400 nautical miles west of where the Dei Gratia found it. In the captain's cabin, personal effects, including money, jewelry, and children's toys, were left undisturbed. Food was prepared in the galley, dishes were still on the table in the mess, and a sewing machine with a garment lay unfinished. However, a single lifeboat was missing, its davits swung outboard. One of the ship's 2 pumps had been removed and lay on the deck. The ship's chronometer was gone, along with the sextant and the papers from the captain's desk, save for the current logbook. A sword, curiously, was found in the captain's cabin, perhaps a detail later sensationalized. The overall impression was not of panic, but of a sudden, urgent, and ordered evacuation. The uncanny silence, the perfect ship, and the vanished crew created a mystery that would echo through history. The Dei Gratia crew, stunned by their discovery, brought the Mary Celeste into Gibraltar for salvage claims and investigation. Chapter 2: The Ship's Life and Ill-Fated Voyage. To truly grasp the mystery of the Mary Celeste, we must first understand the ship itself and the people aboard its ill-fated voyage. The brigantine was built in 1861 in Spencer's Island, Nova Scotia, and originally named the Amazon. Her early years were not without incident. She suffered minor collisions and groundings, leading some superstitious sailors to label her cursed, though these were routine mishaps for wooden sailing ships of the era. By 1867, she was sold to American owners, rebuilt, and renamed the Mary Celeste. She was a sturdy, well-built merchant vessel, designed for Atlantic trade. In October 1872, the Mary Celeste came under the command of Captain Benjamin Briggs. Briggs was an experienced and respected mariner known for his prudence, piety, and skill. At 37 years old, He was a family man who often brought his wife, Sarah E. Briggs, and their young daughter, Sophia Matilda, along on his voyages. Also aboard were his first mate, Albert C. Richardson, second mate, Andrew Gilling, and cook, Edward W. Head. The remaining 4 crewmen, Arian Martins, Boy Lorenzen, and the 2 brothers, Volkert and Bokel Fosdick, were all German sailors, reportedly experienced, reliable, and well-behaved. This was not a crew prone to mutiny or conflict. On November 7, 1872, the Mary Celeste departed from Staten Island, New York, bound for Genoa, Italy. Her cargo was 701 barrels of denatured alcohol, an industrial-grade spirit used for fortifying wine. This cargo, highly flammable and potentially volatile, would play a significant role in later theories. The initial days of the voyage were uneventful, as documented in Captain Briggs' logbook. The weather was typical for the North Atlantic in November. Some rough seas, but nothing unusual. The last entry in the logbook, dated 8:00 a.m. on November 25th, recorded the ship's position near the Azores. This meant that for 9 days after this entry, the Mary Celeste sailed onward, seemingly without human guidance, covering nearly 400 miles before being discovered by the Dei Gratia. What transpired between that final log entry and the discovery of the empty ship remains the heart of the mystery, a question that has baffled investigators and captivated the public for over a century and a half. All the evidence points to a crew and captain who, by all accounts, were prepared for a routine voyage, making their disappearance all the more inexplicable. Chapter 3. Theories of abandonment, natural phenomena. The lack of apparent struggle or violence aboard the Mary Celeste immediately steered initial investigations away from traditional ideas of piracy or mutiny. Instead, attention focused on various natural phenomena that might have prompted a sudden, urgent yet orderly abandonment. Over the decades, several theories centered on the forces of nature have emerged as the most plausible explanations for the crew's disappearance. The leading and most widely accepted theory involves the denatured alcohol cargo. The Mary Celeste carried 1,701 barrels of a highly volatile substance. It's theorized that some barrels might have leaked, causing alcohol vapors to build up in the hold. A sudden shift in the cargo or a small, contained chemical reaction could have caused a flash fire or a minor non-explosive ignition of these vapors. This wouldn't have been a catastrophic explosion that ripped the ship apart, but rather a sudden, terrifying burst of flame and heat, possibly accompanied by a loud whoosh sound. Such an event, even if momentary and quickly extinguished by lack of oxygen, would have created immense panic. Captain Briggs, with his wife and young daughter on board, might have made the immediate and rational decision to evacuate everyone into the lifeboat, fearing a catastrophic follow-up explosion or fire, especially given the ship's prior history of minor mishaps. Supporting this theory, approximately 9 of the barrels in the cargo were found empty, though the cause of their emptiness was debated. If a flash fire occurred, it might have forced the crew to open the hold hatches to ventilate, which were found open. The ship's main pump was also found disassembled on the deck, suggesting the crew might have been trying to clear water or fumes from the hold in a hurry. Once in the lifeboat, they might have remained tethered to the Mary Celeste with a line, waiting for the danger to pass or for the fumes to clear. A sudden squall, a rogue wave, or even a simple fraying of the rope could have then separated the lifeboat from the ship, leaving the crew adrift and consigning them to their fate. The Mary Celeste, still sailing, would simply have continued on its course, a ghost ship with no one at the helm. Other natural theories, though less supported, have been proposed. A water spout or a sudden violent squall could have hit the ship, disorienting the crew or creating a perceived immediate danger that led them to take to the lifeboat. However, the lack of significant damage to the Mary Celeste itself makes this less likely. Similarly, a seaquake or a submarine seismic disturbance could have caused a sudden terrifying tremor, leading to a hasty evacuation. While a seaquake could induce panic, there's no direct evidence of such an event in the region at that time, and again, the ship's structural integrity makes it less probable as the sole cause of abandonment. While these theories offer plausible, natural explanations, the precise chain of events leading to the crew's disappearance remains tantalizingly unconfirmed, making the Mary Celeste a persistent maritime enigma. Chapter 4. Theories of foul play and supernatural explanations. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, theories of foul play and even supernatural explanations have continuously circulated around the Mary Celeste, fueled by the sheer inexplicability of the crew's disappearance and the ship's ghost ship status. These theories often sensationalize the facts, but contribute significantly to the enduring mystique of the case. Initially, the salvage inquiry at Gibraltar briefly considered mutiny or piracy. However, these theories quickly crumbled under scrutiny. There was no sign of struggle or violence on board. Valuables like money and jewelry in the captain's cabin were undisturbed, which would be highly unusual for pirates. Furthermore, Captain Briggs was known to have a loyal and competent crew, with no known interpersonal conflicts. No other ships reported any suspicious activity or sightings of pirates in the area at the time. The idea of the crew abandoning a perfectly good ship after a mutiny makes little sense, as they would have simply sailed it away. Another theory, often floated in popular culture, suggested insurance fraud by Captain Briggs or the ship's owners. However, Captain Briggs was financially stable and highly respected, with no motive for such a desperate act. The salvage value of the ship and its cargo was significantly less than its insured value, making fraud an incredibly risky and unprofitable venture. The investigation at Gibraltar cleared all parties of wrongdoing in this regard. As rational explanations struggled to provide definitive answers, the vacuum was filled by more outlandish and supernatural claims, cementing the Mary Celeste's reputation as a true ghost ship. Tales emerged of sea monsters, colossal squid or other unknown creatures, attacking the ship and carrying off the crew. While a thrilling narrative, there is no evidence whatsoever of a monstrous attack, nor would it explain the orderly state of the vessel. The idea of alien abduction or some other extraterrestrial intervention also surfaced in later decades, a modern twist on the unexplainable, but again, entirely without proof. The ship's early minor misfortunes, often exaggerated, also contributed to the idea of a curse. Some accounts claimed the ship was haunted by the spirits of those who had died on previous voyages. While these supernatural theories lack any factual basis, they tapped into a deep human fascination with the unknown and the eerie nature of a perfectly functional ship found utterly abandoned. These sensationalized accounts, particularly those propagated in early fictionalized stories, became deeply ingrained in public consciousness, ensuring the Mary Celeste's place as maritime history's most famous and perhaps most frustrating unsolved mystery. Chapter 5: The Enduring Legacy and Impact. The mystery of the Mary Celeste, rather than fading with time, has only deepened its hold on popular imagination. The sensational press coverage of the 1870s immediately turned the abandoned brigantine into a global phenomenon, labeling it the ultimate ghost ship. The public was captivated by the sheer enigma. A perfectly sound vessel, sailing unguided, its crew vanished into thin air. The true explosion of the Mary Celeste's fame came in 1884, with the publication of Arthur Conan Doyle's short story, J. Habakkuk Jeffson's Statement. While Doyle took significant liberties with the facts, twisting them into a tale of revenge and a dramatic, albeit fictional, solution, his story introduced the mystery to millions. It solidified the ghost ship trope and embedded the Mary Celeste permanently into popular culture, inspiring countless imitators and adaptations. Since Doyle's story, the Mary Celeste has been a constant presence in books, films, television shows, and even songs. It has been interpreted as evidence for the supernatural, as a cautionary tale of the sea's unpredictable dangers, and as a fascinating puzzle for amateur sleuths. Its enduring appeal lies in the fact that, despite rigorous investigation and countless theories, no definitive, universally accepted explanation has ever emerged. Every proposed solution, whether scientific or speculative, leaves some unanswered questions, allowing the mystery to persist. The Mary Celeste has become synonymous with unsolved maritime enigmas. It represents the vast, unknowable power of the ocean and the fragility of human life upon it. It highlights our innate desire to find explanations for the inexplicable and our fascination with the unknown. Even today, the vessel is a subject of ongoing research, with historians and enthusiasts continually sifting through old documents, re-examining evidence, and proposing new interpretations, hoping to finally unlock the truth behind the vanished crew. The legacy of the Mary Celeste is not just a tale of a lost ship, It's a testament to the power of a compelling mystery to transcend generations and become a cultural touchstone. It stands as a chilling reminder that some secrets, whispered by the winds and waves of the vast Atlantic, may forever remain beyond our grasp, forever sailing into the realm of legend. Outro. Our voyage into the heart of the Mary Celeste mystery concludes, but the enigma of the ghost ship of the Atlantic sails on. We've explored the chilling scene of its discovery, understood the lives of the men, woman, and child who vanished from its deck, and navigated through the labyrinth of theories, from the terrifying flash of an alcohol vapor to the wild tales of the supernatural. Yet, after all these years, the Mary Celeste holds its secrets tight. No definitive answer has ever fully explained the precise events of December 1872. The ship remains a silent monument to the unknown, a testament to the ocean's power to conceal and to human history's capacity for enduring riddles. It challenges our desire for clear solutions, reminding us that some of the most compelling stories are those that remain forever shrouded in mystery. The Mary Celeste isn't just a historical footnote, it's a cultural icon, a symbol of the inexplicable, and a perpetual source of fascination. It reminds us that even in our modern, scientifically advanced world, there are still true adventures to be found in the unsolved mysteries of the past. Thank you for joining Adventure Hidden on this captivating exploration. Keep exploring. Keep